Hi, this is Ronnie, and welcome to my channel and to Way Back When Wednesday. And today we're going back to right around 1960, and I'm pointing at myself there, and then my sister, my youngest brother, and then my oldest little brother. They're all smaller than me. I am the oldest, and this picture, I know it's not as old as some I've done, and it's not a heritage one. But I was wanting to scrap it, and I have been planning on scrapping it. Oh, I'm pointing out there that that's our sofa. Yeah, this was taken on our in our living room on our couch by a photographer. He came by on a Friday and was getting appointments for Saturday. He was a traveling photographer, which they had a lot back then. And as I mentioned before on my layouts, that the photographer that took the photos around here in this area, he would go around town taking pictures, and that's why they look like candid shots, because they were. And then you could go by his studio and pick them up when you got the money. But anyway, this photographer came by and he was making appointments for the next day. So my mom washed our hair, and see how curly it is. Our hair was not that short. It was down past our shoulders. It was quite a bit longer than that. But she would take little strips of cotton. I mean, they were probably maybe 4 or 5 inches long and maybe, an inch wide. And she would curl our wet hair on those strips. She'd roll our hair up in it, and then she'd tie a little bow to hold it. And we'd have all these little pieces of rags all over our head until it dried. And so she did that the night before. And the next morning, my dad worked nights. She told him to take the boys to get their hair cut before the appointment. Well, he usually would go to the barber shop, and they'd get these cute little haircuts. I think they were called like Princeton or something back then, but they had hair that could get combed. And he goes downstairs, and he was going to go take them, apparently. But my mom's cousin lived downstairs, and he said, "Oh, I'll cut their hair." Well, his idea of cutting hair was to give them a buzz haircut. Now, that wasn't nothing new for him. He had 3 boys. Well, he had 3 boys and 2 girls, and their head was always sporting a buzz haircut. And so my dad should have known that's what they were going to end up with. And he probably did. So he let him cut their hair instead of going all the way to town to a barber shop. And when my mom seen it, she was so upset. I think she was so mad she cried. But she was not happy with their haircuts. She was happy with our hairdos, but we weren't. We did not like it when she would curl our hair. But she would do it anyway, whether we liked it or not. So my title is going to be something along the lines of how much we liked our hair. Here I'm doing my journaling. Big, big mistake. Now, usually I do my journaling at the end. And I don't know what I was thinking. I know I was thinking, am I going to have enough room on this to put all I want to say? Because you can see how much I wrote. But I should have waited, because if you look at it, it kind of curves outward there. It don't go straight, even though I thought it was going to go straight. So when I put that on there, that is going to show up. Yeah. See, I put that other piece on there, and there's going to be like a little gap. And I thought, what am I going to do with that? Oh my God. It just stands out like a sore thumb. And I thought, I got to figure out something. So this is my treasure. In much I hoard, as far as hoarding something. If I like it for a layout, I'm going to use it. But this, I was saving it, which I think I have 2 anyway. But I was saving it because I got me a new camera. Well, it's been a couple of years, but I got me a new camera, and I keep planning on taking a picture of it and scrapping it, and I wanted to use this with it. And this is my mind went blank. October afternoon, and I'm going to save as much of it as I can. And see, I cut just a little too far right there, but I stopped because I thought I better double check. And I'm going to put a piece of washi tape on there so that it don't show up so much. And I'm just going to nestle this piece right there and cover up most of the part that was showing where it was sticking out so much. Some of the top part is still doing it. And I should have probably moved it over, the teal one over just a little bit farther, but I didn't. Maybe that's more like a mint, but I didn't. Anyway, I get it fixed enough where I'm satisfied with it. It don't stand out as much as it did. And that film strip there, I did put vellum on it, and you've seen me inking it earlier. First, I inked it in old paper, and then I inked it in vintage photo, the individual pieces, after I cut the little window parts out. And the reason I did that, I wanted the middle of it to be lighter than the outside of it. And that is dye from Tonic. I showed it earlier. And see that camera there? The reason I wanted that camera, and the thing is, I actually pulled that off another layout that I did a few years ago. And I kept thinking of what camera can I use? And I can remember that man, I could see from the window upstairs, him getting his camera and stuff out of the back of the car and bringing it upstairs. And our living room was kind of long, and the sofa was lengthwise on it. So that made it not so wide. So he was kind of close to us, probably closer than he actually wanted to be. And I remember thinking how big his camera was. My mom's was pretty small compared to this. And I thought, I want that camera. So I pulled it off another layout. So I'm going to have to figure out something else to put on the spot that I damaged when I pulled it off. And I think something else will go a whole lot better anyway, because that was from a kit I'd gotten at a crop one time. And everything else is bright, colorful, modern in it. But this camera was old looking. And I went ahead and put it on there. But I kept thinking when I was doing it that I wished I had something else that, usually we go to a crop and you take a class or something. You only bring things that you're going to think you're going to be making. Well, when I put it on there, I was thinking I'd like to have something more modern and bright and colorful to go with what the rest of the layout was. And so when I was thinking about needing a camera, I thought, boy, I wish I had a big one. And I remembered this. So yeah, first time ever. I don't think I've ever took anything off a layout to put on another layout. But I did on here because I wanted this big camera. And it looks finished too. Oh, I am done. That's done with my layout. But it's professionally documented bad hair day because a professional took our picture. But you can see our sofa right there in the bottom right-hand corner where the sheet he had did not go over far enough. But yeah, that was taken at home on our sofa, but it was a professional photographer that did it. And it's a good photo except for our hair. None of us, I don't think, were really happy with our hair. Well, I asked my brother, the youngest one there, the one on my lap, I asked him if he remembered that day, and I figured he didn't, as young as he was. Anyway, I asked him anyhow, and I said, do you remember how short your hair was in that picture? And he said, yeah, I figured Dad took his barbershop and got it done that way. I said, no, he took you straight downstairs and Burl did it. And Mom was not happy with it. She liked hair on you guys. She didn't want it that short. But yeah, so that's why my title is Professionally Documented Bad Hair Day for all of us. But yeah, that's my layout, and I want to thank y'all so much for watching. If you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. If you liked the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you who are, thank you so much. But have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.